All right, let me check the chat. Nobody's in the chat. Okay. If you want to do that, you have to unmute yourself so we can hear you. Glenn, do you want to share from your own screen?
Yes, I would like to.
Okay, go ahead, please.
All right, let me hit share screen. Give me a second here. Uh-oh. Whoops. How do I get to, let me close that. How do I share my desktop?
You hit the green button, share screen, but you have to have your photos already there. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
no, they're there and ready to go, but I don't know.
Marisol, do you have to stop sharing?
Me, but I'm not sharing.
Oh, brother.
All right.
All right, let's try that. How do I get to my desktop?
You have to open those first. And then when you hit the share the screen, you'll see the choices.
You can minimize, try to minimize the zoom. Make the page, the zoom page smaller, then you can see the desktop.
All right,
Close the rest of your application.
all right, can we see that?
No, we still see only your name.
Perhaps your video needs to be on, does it? No?
No.
No.
Okay. All right, I'll give up.
Sorry. Okay. Lauren, you're next.
Okay, hi everybody.
We see you. We see your beautiful eyes.
Thank you.
All right. I think it's this one. Is this the right one? Okay. All right. So I just wanted to show
Oh my God.
all of these Stropharia. Can you see that?
Yeah.
So I don't know about you guys. I assume that a lot of you people who have way more experience doing this than me have probably seen stuff like this before, but this was a first for me. And as you can kind of see, they're all really old. And it was in a fenced-in area that I wasn't allowed in. So I had to take this from far away, but I could tell from a distance that they were Stropharia. But I mean, this entire playground was just covered in Stropharia. It was incredible. I've never seen this many before. It was just insane. So this is the left half. And then my next picture is the right half of the playground, which is more, which was just, it was fun to see.
Wow. That's insane.
Yeah, it was crazy.
That whole playground is just like a cultivation of
Yes.
Stropharia.
Yeah, and
so cool.
apparently this playground, this is in Morristown, New Jersey. I think it opens, I think this park opens like Memorial Day or something. So that's, you know, that's why nothing was destroyed, because no kids have been there yet.
Did you tell them that these are not poisonous?
The Stropharia?
Well, you know, that's a good question, actually. That I wanted to ask that today, which is, how do you tell the difference between edible Stropharia and the non-edible Stropharia?
Oh, I don't know that there are no edibles one. I'm so sorry. I apologize.
Yeah, I think Nina mentioned it, or somebody mentioned it in one of our last Zoom meetings, that there are, or maybe, oh no, I think maybe I saw Nina comment online. Maybe that's where it was.
Dave, do you know?
Well, the only Stropharia species that's commonly eaten is Stropharia Rugosa annulata, which presumably these are. Before I go any further, I'd like to suggest also that in habitat like this, it is fairly common for Stropharia rugosa annulata, either the classic red wine colored cap, or the yellow one, which is the same species. It's just sometimes it's yellow, really yellow, not faded, yellow from the get-go. Either of those species is apt to grow together with species of Agrossae, which are springtime mushrooms that occur in very similar habitat. So from a distance, yeah, these look like they probably are all Stropharia, but once you started picking them, I think you'd want to be aware that they might be mixing in with some Agrossae. Agrossae praecox, Agrossae sororia, Agrossae putaminen. I'm not sure how to say it really. It's a relatively new species here in Eastern North America. These are probably all harmless, but they probably don't taste as good as Stropharia. Now, can you eat Stropharia rugosa annulata? Yeah. How do you tell it from the other Stropharia? Well, most other Stropharia mushrooms, with the exception of maybe Hormanii, which is really a late summer woodland species, they don't have the really prominent cogwheel annulus formed by the partial veil on the stalk. Rugosa annulata has the really prominent cogwheel annulus. Now, sometimes it's not all that prominent. Sometimes it rips apart. Sometimes it falls off. But you should at least be able to find some of them that have a really well-formed annulus. And the annulus will be like segmented into these like radial sections. And that's why they call it a cogwheel annulus. So if you find at least a few that have that trait, and then the other ones that are growing near it pretty much look the same, except maybe the annulus is not quite as prominent. They probably are the same thing. Agrossae praecox has an annulus. It's not a prominent cogwheel annulus though, but it's a yellowish mushroom and it doesn't look all that different than Stropharia. If you really want to tell, if you bring some mushrooms home and you're not sure, like, are these Agrossae or Stropharia, take a spore print. Stropharia rugosa annulata is going to be very dark purplish brown, very, very dark. Agrossae is going to be like a cigar brown type spore print.
So, as far as the Stropharia go that are not the rugosa annulata, are you saying that they won't have, because I think I saw Nina post something online about there being non-edible Stropharia. Do they not have that cog? And I know what you're talking about. I've seen them before, and I actually have a couple pictures coming up, but do they not have that cog-like thing?
So, some of the other Stropharia species, I think all of them have partial veil. I'm pretty sure all Stropharia have partial veil. But they don't form like that really prominent ring. Stropharia hardii, which is a late summer woodland, more or less woodland species, does form a ring on the stalk that's fairly prominent, but it's not as notable as the rugosa annulata ring. Color is important too. If you find them wine red caps, then you're pretty sure you've got the classic one. If you find large ones in the spring with a really yellow cap, and not a faded cap, I mean really clearly yellow, yeah, that's probably also the same thing. It's just a color variety. And sometimes they fade. So either type can fade, and then they become maybe blotchy or whitish, or so then they're a little harder to tell. But let me think. In my experience, I don't find other species of Stropharia in the spring. these other ones I meant, Hormania, or I think it's Hormanii, Hardii. And then
Yeah,
there's
I
a
have
few,
found hardy eye before in my mulch, so I do know what those look like.
yeah, did you find that late in the season?
That was in the fall, I believe.
Yeah, fall. Yeah, that sounds right. Yeah, that's a late season. Most of the other Stropharia are late season species. Rugosa lanulata has a split season. It comes up in the spring and again in the fall, but most often in the spring.
Okay. Yeah, I don't think I ever find, I know I've heard that. I never find them in the fall. I only find them in the spring.
I found some pretty nice ones in the fall, but not nearly as commonly as in the spring.
Okay. Do you ever, I'm so curious if anybody ever finds Stropharia or Rugosa lanulata in clean areas. I always find them in filthy areas, like, like a children's playground or somewhere where I definitely don't want to eat them from. Like, do you ever find clean ones?
Lauren, but what made you think that that's a dirty area? It's mulch for them to protect the kids. I don't see how it's dirty. They don't pee there or anything like that.
I mean, kids are filthy, so I don't want to touch any mushroom that a child did anything near. But like, even like, I found some yesterday in front of like a LabCorp building, like it's just a commercial building where I don't know what kind of pesticides they're spraying, weed killers, who knows how they're treating the mulch. But that's
Yeah,
where I always find
that's a
these things.
concern.
But
The-
can I tell you, I work in a daycare center and they don't spray the mulch because the things for the children. You know what I mean? And I get it. We get mushrooms there on the mulch under the
So-
slides.
So maybe the presence of children is a good thing.
Mhm.
That's funny.
Yeah,
All right, so
maybe it's just in your head.
Yeah, really, it's probably a good idea to try to know one way or the other if the area has been treated with pesticides and or herbicides.
Mhm.
yeah, I just always find them in places where I just don't trust them at all.
Yeah, me too.
Um,
A lot of the Stropharia rugosa lanulata I find in the spring I pass up because
Yeah.
it's an ornamental garden or something like that, or it's
Mhm.
there's a spot in downtown Wilkes-Barre right on Main Street that's very busy and there's a lot of exhaust fumes all the time and it's been like that for a long, long time. So is there a lot of lead in that habitat? I don't know, but I pass those by.
Mhm. Yeah.
Yeah, they do grow them. They grow in mulch and garden waste and compost and they're saprobes. They like that kind of thing.
Right. So
that
I
yours
show
too?
these every, what?
Is that yours too? Oh yeah. I'm so
Yeah.
sorry. Yeah. Go ahead. That's a
Oh, that's
good
okay.
one.
Yeah, so I find these every year, these agaricus on the corner of my neighborhood. I think Nina told me these are horse mushrooms. I still haven't tried them. I'm still too scared. But yeah, so there's the bottom of them.
We see only the top. Okay.
And then I scratched them and they stained yellow. So yeah,
That's bad
I don't
news.
know. What?
Yellow is a kiss of death.
Yeah, yellow and agaricus is,
No, not in section arvenses. Section arvenses will sometimes they stain yellow. Not as much yellow as the ones in that other section. Oh geez, it starts with X and it's got many syllables in it. I forget.
Xanthodermatae.
There you go. But anyway, yeah, those guys really stain prominently bright yellow.
okay.
The ones in our section arvenses they'll sort of turn yellow as they get older, a little bit on the cap, like a bronzy yellow. And sometimes there's a little bit of staining on the stalk. Did you smell them?
I did smell them. They, Mike says they smelled like mushroom. I thought I don't know. It was a kind of a weird smell. It wasn't like a really bad chemically smell, which I think that's what you're supposed to smell for if you know it's something you shouldn't be eating, right? I guess they were kind of a little bit maybe of an anisay smell.
Yeah,
I
that would
don't
fit
know.
with Arvensis. That would fit with Arvensis section.
Yeah, that points towards section Arvensis. There's really a few different species in section Arvensis that are typically called horse mushrooms. For the purpose of culinary uses, they're pretty much all the same. They're really good. But as Igor suggested a couple of minutes ago, you really have to watch out for these ones in this other section. Now, in my experience, I have found section Arvensis, agaricus mushrooms in May. Not real common this far north where I am here in Northeast PA, probably a little bit more common a little further south. I have not found the chemical smelling section X ones that are toxic. I have not found those in spring. I find those in mid to late, midsummer at earliest is I found those. These really look like horse mushrooms to me. These other ones in section X, they usually have a lot of ornamentation on the cap, black scales, arranged in like concentric circles or radially arranged maybe. I don't see any of that with these guys. Now, it is a particular concern with agaricus mushrooms to harvest ones to eat only from areas that you know are not imbued with lead or any other sort of toxins. Agaricus mushrooms are known to uptake chemicals from their environment.
Yeah.
Now that one on the
haven't-
right's kind of
yeah.
funny because that one's not forming a really decent ring on the stalk. But I don't know verbatim all these species in section Arvensis. The one on the left certainly has the kind of ring that you would expect.
Dave, do you know what does a pendant veil mean?
Oh,
Like humanitas?
is that?
Well, pendant means that it's actually originating from a point in the stipe and then just basically hanging
Mhm.
freely.
Like a
Okay.
skirt.
Yeah, like a skirt.
Like a
That's
skirt.
pendant. These could be Agaricus crocodilinus because I find them in New Jersey. And
Can you write the name, please?
yeah,
Well, I
I
got
could
in.
write the name. It has a different appearance. Agaricus crocodilinus.
Oh, crocodilinus. Yes, that's in section Arvensis. And my analysis
I
of
don't get any.
my
I don't
horse
get any
mushrooms
sound.
here most of them have ended up being crocodilensis. Is that how you say it? I'm sorry.
Well, like crocodile, crocodilinus.
Yeah, crocodilensis. Yeah, based on spore dimensions.
Oh yeah,
I
they're
think
big.
it's
The spores are big.
crocodilensis that has the large spores, or maybe it's small. I forget.
No, they're
But
large. They're large.
They're large. Yeah.
Yeah.
So actually, those have turned out to be the most common horse mushroom that I find around here, as per my limited observations for which I have looked at the spores.
Right.
And those are good, they're really good edible. But you have to be careful with genus Agaricus. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah, I don't know
Well,
if I'll ever try
If
these.
you save these, we can maybe take a look at the DNA later on and see what they are. So.
Well, I have them in my fridge.
I think these are something from section Arvensis and probably crocodilensis.
Yeah, you can dry one fruit body and in your dehydrator, and that's going to be good enough, or half a fruit body.
Is that still
From
good?
what I
even though
understand, these ones in section X that are no good, when you start to cook them, the smell gets even worse. And that's what I have heard.
Oh, that's
Um,
interesting.
Yeah.
And by the way, Dave, you mentioned something about the stipe yellowing. These definitely yellowed with age.
Yeah,
The
but not
stipes did.
immediately, like when you bruise it, it didn't turn yellow
Right.
very quickly. Yeah, yeah, the ones in section X have a tendency, more of a tendency to do that. The ones in section Arvenses may or may not age yellow. It's a stain that develops slowly.
Yeah, and it increases that, like over time, it gets more and more yellow, right? Is that what
Yeah,
you're saying?
yeah, well, more and more, but not, usually not like over the top yellow. I mean, some of these ones in section X, the yellow is pretty bright sometimes. And you know, these staining reactions in agaricus are not real consistent in my experience.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
Hey.
because the xanthodermatii, is that how you say it? That has a pretty
Yeah.
good reaction to KOH and sodium hydroxide, I think.
Yeah, there's probably chemicals you can use on these guys too to straighten this out. I don't have that information up top of my head.
Dave, the section X one, like the common name is yellow stainer, right? So they should stain kind of immediately yellow.
Yeah, well, sometimes I find some in that section that don't stain very much. I might have one or two observations on Mushroom Observer of specimens representing something in section X and there's little or no staining. I mean, I'd have to look, but my memory sort of is telling me, you know, I've seen that.
Yeah, and I also have to caution people about odors because I did find Agaricus enthedermis, the true one from Europe. I was in Europe 2 years ago, 3 years ago, I guess. Yeah. Anyway, so and it smelled just fine. It didn't smell like phenol or harsh chemical. It had a pleasant fungal odor, but the DNA said there was enthedermis. So you cannot really trust your nose for identification either.
That's interesting. Yeah, because this smell was kind of like it was kind of weird. Like I wouldn't call it good and I wouldn't call it bad. It was somewhere in between.
Yeah, crocodilinus, mine crocodilinus smelled like, I would say, like bitter chocolate with a touch of anise. It was a very
Okay.
kind of sweet and complex odor. It was very outstanding. But I had to sequence them to find out what they were.
So these have been in my refrigerator for at least 2 or 3 days now. Is that still good to dry?
I don't know. We can always try. I mean, if they're not like decomposing, I mean, they're probably okay. I mean, usually I
They're
try
okay.
to store fungi in paper bags. That certainly helps with preservation. Because I
Okay.
sometimes do not dry material immediately. I store it like overnight or over 2 days in my fridge before I dry it. And paper bags certainly protect them from desiccation and contamination and decomposition.
Okay. What is the perfect age? Because like I have a feel what normally happens with these things, I see them come up every year, a couple come up and then a few days later, a couple more come up. So I'm not going to be surprised if I see another few pop up. So I'm curious, what's like the ideal stage to pick it and dry it for DNA?
The younger, the better. But I mean, you want to see morphology. So the condition that shows the mushrooms in your picture, that's a perfect stage for a voucher, in my opinion. So not too young and not
Okay.
too old. Yeah.
Okay. So like either one of these would work?
Oh, absolutely.
All right.
Okay. All right.
Lauren, do you have another
Yeah.
mushroom?
Yeah, I got one more, but it's just it's Stropharia, the golden Stropharia. These were in front of LabCorp. I was so bummed because they were like perfect condition. They would have been great for eating, but there was no way I was gonna take them. And I never have seen one this orange. I usually see them like you can see the other ones are more yellow. But yeah, I just wanted to show.
Beautiful.
That was it.
Mhm. Nice.
All right. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay. The next person will be Chayut.
Hello, everyone. Let
Hello.
me share screen. And can you guys see it?
Yep.
I think is what Campanella species. Is that right? And let me.
You have photos of the gills?
Yeah, 1 second.
Looks like Sepharella of some kind.
Have to. How do I new share? Well, let me do 1 second. How do I go next picture? Okay. Well, let me,
Should be an arrow on the middle right. No?
yeah, but well, let me do it.
Mm, oh.
Okay. Now I just screen just
Maybe try stop sharing and share again. Sometimes that works.
stop sharing. Okay, share again. 1 second. Share. This the only the best I got.
Oh, yeah.
What you guys think?
Looks like what Igor suggested.
Sepharella.
Mhm.
So, thank you,
Or
sir.
Candelianus, that's the new genus that got split off from Sepharella.
Scutellinia. What's the new name?
The one that's on the right, that looks kind of strange to me. The stike looks strange.
Yeah,
Like
is there
the
like a
upper
gap?
part is
It's broken.
smooth and the lower part is like inside a tube. Like,
I thought it was broken, no?
It's broken.
It's
Yeah,
broken.
it's broken.
oh, it's just broken.
Yeah.
It's just a different projection, you know, that kind of fools you. Yeah.
Yeah, one. Yeah. Otherwise, yeah. Candlomyces candeliana.
Candeliana.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it used to be Satharella till about 2 years ago.
Oh,
Pretty common species. I
Candeliana.
usually get it. I'll get it in my yard here, maybe in a week or two.
Okay.
I probably wrote it wrong. Something like that.
Oh, and it might be Candelianus.
Oh.
Once again,
The
I am
genus name?
stuck here
Yeah.
on whether this is a male or female mushroom.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
It's masculine.
Do you have any
Because
more
of the
photos?
genus name? Because Candlomyces.
Candeleomyces. I'm going to type it in.
Yeah, okay, I'm missing a syllable there. How do you know it's male? Is because of the genus name?
Oh, Candelianus. Okay, okay.
Oh, because the Candelianus ends in US. Okay.
Yes. Correct.
All right. I'm starting to remember this.
Okay. Now I got next one. Is that Puratus pulmonaris?
No pulmonaris, I don't think so.
And this is
Looks
gill.
like it's growing on aspen, which would
Oh.
make it populinus, and that's pretty common. A pale oyster mushroom that you find in spring. It's a really good one.
Oh, it's populinus. Ostreatus doesn't
And this
grow
is the
in
baby
spring?
one.
Dave, Ostreatus doesn't grow now, but populinus?
Yeah, well, it could be either one. Ostreatus is usually a little darker, but you know, you have to look at the spores
Oh, I
to really
see.
know the difference.
Okay.
But it doesn't really matter for eating. You know, they're the same.
No,
But-
no, not for eating.
Yeah, I'm saying though, what I'm saying is that I have found more Pleurotus populinus in the spring, in like May, late April, maybe through May. I found more Pleurotus populinus than I have found Pleurotus austratus during that time period. And Pleurotus austratus is usually it's usually a little more pigment on the cap surface as well. So I would guess that's what these are, populinus, but
Alright.
I don't know. Is that wood? Is that poplar? It looks like it might be.
Look like it's birch or beech. It's not poplar.
It looks like poplar to me.
Okay.
How's those,
Yeah, not tulip poplar. We're not
No.
talking about tulip poplar.
Oh, okay,
That's
then I
not
don't
even
know.
a poplar. That's a misnomer to a poplar. It's that tree is in the magnolia family.
It's in Spit Rock Reservoir. That's all I have. And this is
Oh,
the
okay.
one.
Nice. Yeah, those are nice.
Thank you.
Alright. What's her name? Constantina. You have some mushrooms to show to us?
I'm sorry, I had black. I'm so embarrassed. Second time I'm in this group. I had a black. I get these all the time. They grow up out of my mulch, and it's when it's wet and humid and rainy. And if you touch them, they fall apart. They're like paper. They're black, and they have a long stem. And if you photograph them, I have black mulch. It's hard to see them. So if I touch one to pick it up, it's like a piece of paper. It just falls apart. They're very, very fragile. I don't think you can eat them. I might be wrong, but I think where I've put a lot of like cow manure and mulch, this started to happen. And I thought maybe it's from nitrogen in the soil. So I usually hike and see things, but I haven't been on the trails.
What's why?
Maybe the next time you can take a photo in the morning or something and we can see it.
Maybe I could get one and maybe take a white sheet of paper. I just thought of this.
Ah,
Take a
okay.
white sheet of paper in behind it and photograph it.
Okay.
And then that'll definitely make a difference.
I think what Marisol makes a lot of sense. You want to look in the morning. These are probably some sort of inky cap or possibly Panaeolus, but it sounds more like you're talking about an inky cap. And those turn black and start to fall apart pretty quickly. And if you catch them when they first come out, which would be your best bet would be in the morning, then you might be able to see what they look like before they turn black.
Well, it's funny you say that because I'll go to bed at night, I have nothing. Get up in the morning and there's like 10 of them and they're like a family. And I think, oh my goodness. And then in the afternoon, they're like dwindling and by nighttime they're gone. Does that sound like?
Yep.
Yeah, it's inky cap.
So what are they just regular old boring mushrooms?
No, they just don't last too long.
I see. They're not edible. They don't get the vibe in my gut intuitively that they're edible. They're too, I don't know, they're like paper.
Yeah, but without knowing what they are, you should not risk your life.
I never
Good.
eat mushrooms. I mean, I see wild stuff when I hike. I would never eat them. I don't even touch them.
No, you can touch, but it's okay to touch. But yeah. But
I won't touch them. No, I had a bad reaction once from mushrooms. I couldn't breathe. So now, and it was an accident. It was actually shiitake mushrooms. And I almost got hospitalized, but I was okay. I stayed home. It was a weird reaction. Anyway, who knew?
Okay.
So I kind of know better not to even touch, but they're beautiful. Yeah, even the ones we mentioned just now, the black ones. What color should I look for? Like a gray?
Gray, white, yellow, probably gray or white. You probably have Coprinopsis growing.
Yeah, but that's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
They start growing in the night. And then in the morning, there is a little, like the head with fuzzy stuff. And then in the morning, late in the morning, they are up. And then in the afternoon, woof, they're down.
Yeah, they're like a little village when they come. They come like villagers, and they're cute. All right, I'm gonna take the white sheet photograph, and then I'll walk
Yeah.
I'll walk and see what we've got going on.
Okay.
Thank
Glenn?
you.
Okay, you're so welcome. Glenn, try again. Mom.
They used to call those parasols, right?
No, parasola is one species.
Oh, well, maybe it's parasolas. They come up in the morning and go.
Yeah, it could
disappear.
be
Yeah, they
parasola
usually
or
don't-
Coprinopsis.
They
Coprinopsis.
turn a little bit black, especially on the gills, but not so quickly as like Coprinopsis. I mean,
Okay.
it sounds like Coprinopsis, but yeah, Parasola is a possibility. You know, you need more details here.
Yeah, we need to see it. Hey, Glenn?
Yeah, I'll try real quick again. Let me hit
Alright.
your screen. No, it doesn't look like I did it right. All right.
But you didn't
I'm
even,
back.
did you hit the share screen button, the green one?
Yeah, I did.
Oh,
And it might be a security thing. I don't know.
Sometimes you have to hit it a second time.
Glenn, you trying?
Yeah, no, it says allow Zoom to share your screen.
Oh,
All right, let me go back to the drawing board, sorry. I think it's a privacy thing.
okay. Okay, so now I need to check my emails and see who is next. How I do that? Oh my gosh, how I go back? Go right here. Okay, so the first person will be Salad 290, one cap stropharia. Are you there, Salad 290? Oh no. Oh yes, taxonomy
Me.
Tuesday. Is that you, Lauren?
Susan, was it Susan Allard that you wanted?
It says Salad 290. Yeah.
Yeah, that's me.
Okay, let me open
Yeah,
the
yeah.
Hey. Okay, you got it.
Did it? I don't see it. Do I have to do anything?
Oh no, it's my fault. Okay, let me. It's my. Oh geez, how I do that? Oh my gosh. I'm sorry, guys. Give me a chance. I'm not good at doing this. So I share my screen. Now, oh, right here. Okay. Can't do it. Do you see my emails?
Oh, there it is. Yes,
Oh, okay, I got it.
there it is. Okay.
Trying to make it bigger. Got it.
This was from my community garden, and it's organic, and I'm hoping the wood chips are all organic from the town in Chatham. And I feel like it is what the wine cap, and I'm hoping that I can eat it. I cooked it up, but I haven't eaten it. I had a little teeny taste and I spit it out because I wasn't sure. But I really feel I did the spore print. There it is again. It's got the cog, sort of the top with the cog, and
the
spore print was dark
this?
purple to black. I think I have a picture of that there too. Here's the spore print.
Nice job.
Thank you. I'm very interested in eating mushrooms. And when I saw that, I was so excited, when I was gardening at my, in my area. And I just want to know do you think it's okay for me to eat that? Am I basically 110% sure that is the Stropharia rugoso annulata? Here's the big ones that were there, that got real big. And then these two little ones were there that were the reddish color.
They're good, Susan.
I'd say it looks good.
Yeah.
Looks like it to me.
And the mulch looks like the real thing. No colors added and the variety of pieces of wood in there.
Yeah, it sounds like you've got a perfect storm here for harvesting some of these.
And if you already have it cooked up, just, you know, eat
Waiting.
one.
I did taste it, but I spit it out and it had almost reminded me of potatoes or something. It was just strange.
Oh, yes, they have
Yeah.
a slight potato sort of flavor.
Yes.
Yeah, I've noticed that as well with Stropharia rugosa lanulata. Yep.
And one advice is that when you are a mushroom is new to your diet, you should eat a little bit to start with.
Just a small amount, right?
Mhm.
Right, in case you're allergic.
Yeah.
These mushrooms, they seem to deteriorate quickly. So I really had to get it in the refrigerator and then I had to cook it up. I had to cook it quick, you know, but.
Cool.
So am I right on with that one?
Yeah, you did good.
Right. Mhm. Good.
Enjoy.
Congratulations. Enjoy.
Thank you.
Okay. So now, Brandon. La, la, la. Ooh,
Hey,
yay. Should I hit the photo? Let me see.
yeah, will that work?
Oh, yeah, yeah. Mhm.
So Plebiopsis crassa, I believe.
Mhm.
The weird thing about it, Marisol, maybe you know, this is a weird time of year for this to be fresh, right?
It's the beginning.
Hmm.
I'm surprised, yeah. But the weather, the crazy weather maybe did that. Yep, it looks like it. Wow, it's growing with the lichen.
Yeah, there's a couple more photos. It's growing right. I have one right on the lichen.
Yeah. Did you did you look at with the lens? It has exerted cystidia.
Yeah, I'm literally have it mounted up right now.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
about to look for them. I was just looking at them. All I'm seeing is hyphae. I think I need to do another section to find that cystidia.
See, if you read online, you know what I'm talking about. But you can see it with the regular lens, the Euler's lens. You can see it.
They're encrusted, right? That's what I would be looking for.
Yes, yes.
Yep, yep. Cool.
Yep. And this is it's an incredible, beautiful crust. And when it matures, it becomes brownish, purplish. The purple color disappears and it goes towards the brown.
And that's how you can tell this one's kind of fresh. It still has that purple color, right? Yeah,
and all the little fruit bodies that are growing right there is really new. Yeah, I'm surprised. Yeah, the time that it's coming up. And you have a leaf. Did you see that leaf behind the stick? That micro of that on the leaf is really neat.
What is that?
It's rust. Something in the rust fungi. I don't know if they're fungi. I think so. Yeah. The rust family. Oh yeah, the one growing on the lichen.
Yeah, just right on the lichen. Really beautiful. Beautiful.
Yep.
No, I don't think this is a terribly uncommon mushroom.
I found it in where I live 5 minutes ago from my house. There are old beech trees. They love beech trees.
I thought this was a beech branch. That there was a good amount of beech in the area.
Yeah. They love beech wood. Yep. Cool. Oh, we can help you there. Yeah. I don't know why we can do it. So you get the idea right. Okay.
Right.
Now let's go back. That's all you have?
No,
You
I have one more.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So back to Satharella, but I don't know what's going on with this thing, to be honest with you. I wasn't even 100% sure with Satharella at first. And then I got an update that there's been a taxon change to Tifrasa.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, however it is you say it, looks like you got it right. That's
Delineata,
what that
maybe?
looks like. See, but do you have any other pictures, undersides or whatever?
Yeah,
'Cause that's,
yeah.
it looks like that. That's what it looks like.
The name is the Fraser Gassapina.
Yeah, Gossipina, right, yeah.
Can you write it, please, Igor?
Yeah, I'll try.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tifrasa.
Yeah, it used to be Satharella delineata.
Wow, look at the gills. Look
And
at
then
the
there was this
attachment.
mysterious large spore, Satharella rugosocephala or something like
Yep.
that.
Oh, yeah.
These
Yeah, but
spores,
you know what? You know
these
what?
were not large spores.
No. You know what? The Jago Grootmeyers has a good hypothesis, I think, on that species. He thinks that that it's actually a Lacrimabunda.
Instead of
Lacrimaria, sorry, Lacrimaria,
Mhm.
which used to be in Satharella.
Mhm.
And he thinks it just got confused through the years. And I think he's probably right. I've looked at
Marisol, can you
spores
go on
from
to
these
some of the
delineata
next
things.
photos?
See, I just wanted to call the attention to the new one, the partial veil. How cool that is.
It's shown in the next photos.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. There's some micro on this as well,
Oh, okay.
which is really cool.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah, so that's the partial veil. Well, I would you call that like corticioid veil, kind of?
Coordinate. Yeah, I would somewhat coordinate. Yeah, I think that's probably how they'll describe that.
And the
That's
cool
what
thing
that
about
looks like
this
for this
one,
species.
the cool thing about this one, you notice that it didn't have a an annulus on the stipe. It's more noticeable on the margin is where you're going to find the veil remnants.
Mhm. Because of the consistency. Yeah.
Yep.
Mhm. Ah.
Are they edible? Are they edible?
I don't believe so.
Yeah, I think some people eat these, but I don't think I've ever even tried them. There's no reports on them being like really all that good. So I may, I have to look up my records. Maybe I did try this.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, look at
Oh,
look
cool.
at
Oh,
the cystidia. The callo and the pleurocystidia look kind of similar, but the callocystidia is a lot larger. And one of the things that you want to look at for the pleurocystidia, which is what this is, there are supposed to be gutules present throughout them. And
oh, yeah, right here. There is one right there.
Yep.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, the one right in the middle looks like it has a couple of small ones, maybe.
Oh, maybe.
Now, are you saying Hylocystidia or Colocystidia?
Hylo.
This is
on
from
the-
Hylo. Yes, because colo is something else.
It's on the stipe, right?
Yeah.
That's nice. Cool.
Yeah, so it's bothersome because you have to, make sure you enunciate very well because, those two words just sound a lot alike.
Yeah, I mumble, and with the Jersey accent, sometimes the callo and a kylo sounds similar.
Yeah, honestly, I wasn't sure what you were saying. I thought you were probably saying Hylocystidia.
And one thing that's really cool about, well, I think that's cool.
Wow.
Oh, this is the Pileopellis.
Pileopellis. The one on the cap, what makes up the cap? The skin?
Yep.
Yeah. Nice. Hey, you're doing great.
Nice. Did you get a name for this structure of the Pileopellis? Honestly, I'm looking on getting my mind wrapped around these names, but I'm just wondering if you did.
No, I matched it to a photo, well, a drawing of a Pileopellis from, I believe, a Dutch website.
There's there's names for these
I think it was
Paleoapellis structures.
It might have started with an H, the way that it's him. Yeah. I
Yeah.
don't remember that. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know the names yet. Look on Mushroom Experts. See if Michael Claw has anything about that.
He
'Cause
does.
He will
and that's-
sometimes tell you the name of the Paleoapellis. Nice one there.
Yeah, that's the.
The
I mean,
edge
Certainly see the wrinkles.
Mhm.
and the remnants of the partial veil.
Yeah.
And the cool
Nice.
thing about this, the name of this genus, Tephrasa, it's an anagram of Sathra.
Oh,
was-
I wonder if that was on purpose.
I believe it was on purpose. It was on a translation from that Dutch website that I found. But it is an anagram, so I mean, it's probably true.
Huh.
Cool. I love what you're doing with the microscope.
Cool. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Yeah. Thank you. Okay, Patricia Flower. Oh my gosh, what is that? I thought it was a mushroom thing. GL Finds. Okay. Glenn. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Glenn, maybe the next time you can send your photos through an email, okay? Nina and George.
Yes.
Nina. Where are the photos?
I thought that usually Luke usually downloads it from the MO. Sorry.
Oh, I see. Let me try.
Isn't that the link right down there? Don't you just click on the link down there?
This way.
Oh, no, that's Taxonomy.
But I maybe see if I can find it like this. Oh, no. No.
Marisol, you'll have to go to MO and enter those numbers in there.
Okay. Copy and go to MO.
Just the number, no words.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the easiest way to do this is just copy, paste, and into an email the web address for the Mushroom Observer or
Remove MO as well, just the number.
Oh my gosh. Okay, thank you. I just don't know. Search. Oh yeah. Yeah, Nina, that's all I got too.
Yeah.
The Conica, yes.
Well, I thought
On the picture.
I thought that it was I didn't like the Deconica because I thought it was always in manure or in wet areas or in moss and stuff like that. So I said, well, maybe it's a Saparella. So I looked at Saparellas, I couldn't figure out anything. So I put Saparella and I put a whole lot of stuff, but Alan Rockefeller said, no, it's a Deconica. But I don't know, it's so weird because it was right in that sand. You remember it was like total dry.
Yeah, it was and sunny the whole day.
Yeah.
Too
It was
dry.
like 100 degrees right there, right behind the kiosk. I can't imagine. Yeah.
Yeah, not all Deconica grow on scat. There are a fair number of them that grow on woody debris and other lignaceous substances, like probably rotting grass. Alan's pretty good at these Deconica. One thing, if you look at the spores, I saw there was a spore shop there. A lot of times,
yes.
the Deconica have spores that look like different shapes depending upon how they're being profiled. So there's
a lot of variance. A lot of variance on how they're how they.
Yeah, there's some from one angle. If it's profiled one way, it look like an ellipsoid thing. or it might look like subrhomboid.
Oh, I
They
see.
look very much like psilocybe spores, really.
Yeah.
And I think Diconica is a split off of psilocybe. So look at this nice picture here. Look at that one that's like almost in the middle of the picture. It looks like it's subrhomboid. Yeah, right there.
Oh, okay.
Looks like a psilocybe spore. And some of the other ones profile a little differently. Look,
Dave,
look
I
at the
made,
lips.
yeah, I made the observation too, and the spores have a almost like a truncated edge right here, and it's light, it's clear. I mean, no, clear. It has a lighter color right there. Right there.
You know, if you look on Champignon du Quebec for some of these
Oh, okay.
Diconica spore dimensions and psilocybe spore dimensions, they'll give you 3 numbers, like X cross Y cross Z, for the 3 different sort of profiles that you get.
Mm-hmm. Hey, you're talking about, look at this one right there.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
yeah. There, that one is almost like submitriform almost.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And some of them are just plain old ellipsoid, and then some of them
And this one
almost
is
look like
different
they
too.
have like sides.
Mm-hmm. This one looks weird. Yeah.
Yeah. That's probably Diconica. Yeah, Alan's pretty good at these. He helped me with some Diconica that grow on my property here, and after I, did my own analysis, I was in complete agreement with what he was suggesting.
Well, I didn't see anything that grows like it was in sand. It wasn't, there were pine needles there, but it was coming out of the sand, wasn't it, Marcel?
The only thing that I noticed is that this one is attached to moss. There's a little bit of moss in there.
There was no moss though, it was growing there. It was like
right here.
Where?
Under the debris, right here, and it has
lichen.
Moss or lichen. I'm moss or lichen. I don't know.
It's lichen.
All right.
Can you zoom in on that?
Yeah, I'm trying to. I just I mess it up. Okay.
Show original image.
Original, right here. Where? Right here?
Open it up again.
Original.
Lower left, show original image.
And then let me make it. Moss.
Oh yeah, that is moss. Yeah, you're
And
right.
look at on the. Oh gosh, I can't move it. Oh, I can't move it. Okay, let me go again. Now here, go to the. Oh, again, I made it wrong. I'm sorry, guys. I'll try again. So now here. See? It's right there. It's dry. It's dead. Okay. Dead.
Well,
see it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, well, that's really pushing it, I say.
Yeah, and I didn't see Eric, nothing sticking beyond the basidia layer. I didn't see anything. Did you see anything?
What?
In the micro that you did?
No, I didn't see a whole lot.
No, I didn't see anything. Yep. Okay. Oh my gosh, what did I do? Oh my goodness.
Well, I guess they have marginate gills. They seem to have white on the edge of the gills. Okay, then that's the other one. That one I got a name to, and Rockefeller looked at. I guess he must have looked at it. He didn't correct me, so maybe I'm right.
I'm getting there.
Yeah.
Oh, that was the one.
Yeah.
Awesome.
That was in those big logs.
Yeah, I remember the single one. Yeah. That was a beauty. Oh man, keep forgetting doing this.
That's it. I think this is probably a pretty uncommon species. I have never seen this listed anyplace.
And the color of the gills, you see.
It was in Mushroom Expert. And it seemed
Oh,
to match.
okay. Okay.
Seemed to match. So anyway, that's what I came up with, and like I said, Alan Rockefeller must have looked at it, and he must have thought it was okay. So
Did you
I don't
see,
know.
did you get a spore print color for it?
Yeah, brown.
Bra-
What is it?
Brown with like a
There's
reddish tint or
There's spores there. Isn't it spores? I think I thought I put in the spores.
1 second. I was trying to show the gills. It's beautiful. Very long stipe, yeah. Let me see if I can get you the spores. Oh, well, it was before, yeah. Hey, there is something right there.
It's all hidden.
Okay, let me see if you put the spores in there. Oh yeah, wow. Double walls.
Brown.
No, that seems foreign. Those are from something else. Yeah?
Yeah, the brown things.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Ooh.
Should be another picture.
You have another picture?
Wasn't there another picture?
I can. I had to do one at the time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Do they-
Oh yeah, one more.
Yeah, there's the spores right there.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of boring.
Cool. All right. You good?
Yeah.
That was a beauty. Mm-hmm. Dave. Oh yeah, wait, I sent mine first.
well, then you go.
Okay. And then
You go.
Yeah. Hey, what happened here? Oh no, what happened? What happened?
You gotta move it out of your spam folder.
Oh, okay, no spam. Oh, I never went through that. Okay, so this is found in the same spot where we found that orange mushroom there. I found so many things, but I did so much microscopy, I didn't have enough time to load all the info, but I found a cool cross fungus. So this one right there is called Tulasnella deliquescens. But what happened is that the picture that you are seeing right now is 2 crossed. So, and it's more than that. It has this little black, I found so many things in this little thing. So one is called Botriobasidium, which is the white one. And the one that I'm talking right now is called Tulasnella. It's almost invisible. It may be right here. It may be right here. And it's mixed with this. So when I did the spore print, I got these giant spores that I have no idea what they were, and I could not see another fruiting body. But I said, how could this be? And so this is the Botriobasidium has this giant hypha like that. The branching is in right angle and it's simple septa right here. And right here you can see this is the basidia for the Tulasnella deliquescens, which bears the spores right here, 2 or 4. And I am so amazed that for the size of the basidia, it grows these giant spores. There is one spore right here that is growing, is germinating, or they grow a secondary spore sometimes, right here. I got better photos of these spores. So I did like 4 or 5 preparations and I could not separate them. They were really, really growing into each other. Here, there are more basidia right here. This must be like an immature spore. more basidia. This is the Botriobasidium, the other crust. This is the spore of Botriobasidium, and this is the spore of Tulasnella. This is the point of attachment of the spore to the basidia. It's really thick. And the spores look like bean pads. And they are kind of inflated or constricted, I should say, constricted in some areas. All right, here, another spore of Botriobasidium and more spores of the Tulasnella, the liquescens. I do not know why the name is the liquescens. I could not put the name in iNaturalist because there is not even one observation with that. And look at the spore right here, the one right here. Okay, the same thing here. This is Botriobasidium, which is a cross trunk with that white thing you saw on the wood and mixed with the Tulasnella. Another spore and more basidia here. And this was growing on pine, growing on pine in Pinus rigidus. And usually the fruiting bodies are so tiny, but they're full of so many things there. Okay, so now let me see the second one is, oh, it's the one that was mingling with the Tulasnella. Same photo. And here is the spores. Those are the spores for that. And the name for the shape of the spores in Botriobasidium are called naviculate. Yeah, and sometimes there are many species of Botriobasidium. They are pointy in both ends, but in this case, it's not pointy, only near the apiculus, where the spore is attached to the basidium. Oh yeah, I showed this photo on the other one too. So yeah, they're so close to each other. And I showed this one too.
Marisol, you said the shape of those spores was nomiculate with an N?
Naviculate. Naviculate. Naviculate.
Gotcha. So boat shaped.
Yeah. 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 And okay, this is the Botriobasidium hifa. I could not get the basidia. I could not find it. I tried a few times and here. Oh, I love this one. Look at this one right here. And I didn't find the identification by myself, but I posted in Ascomycetes of the world, thinking that it could be from an Ascomycete. And Bjorn Wergen, he's from Germany, and he knows a lot of us about Ascomycetes and cross fungi, and so he gave me that name. And I checked, and it is. Those are in water. The other ones were in floxine. Those are water from the Botriobasidium, the naviculate. You can see the shape better in some of them because they are at the right sideways. Okay. And then the last one is, oh yeah, we found this one there too. There were two piles of old pine trees, logs that somebody dumped in there or cut it and drag it in there. I don't know the story. And I found this one few times already in Franklin Parker in the North Gate, and now in Speedwell where we were on Saturday. And this scenario means grayish. So this is a resupinate polypore, and when it's younger, it's whitish. And when it matures, it gets a nice brown with milk color, and it stinks like a stink bug. So this one is young. And those are the spores. And that's it. Let's see if anybody else. Oh, Dave. I'm so sorry, Dave. Your turn. Okay. Chromoceras cyanophylla. Chromoceras cyanophylla. Oopsies. Sorry, guys. Dave? Are you there, Dave? Dave? Wake
Yeah,
up.
sorry. I'm here. I'm here. Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
Chromocera, not sure how to say it. Cyanophylla. It's cyanophylla because sometimes the gills are purple. So I found two
Oh.
fruitings,
Oh,
same
yeah.
area.
Mhm.
Same area, A and B. The photos are labeled A and B. These are very pale gills on these. I looked at spores from both collections and they're pretty much the same. So some of these from the same area where I found these were submitted as part of the study to establish this species, which there was a team headed by Scott Redhead. That was about 4 years ago, I guess. I sent some of these in. And so they have decurrent gills. Cyanophylla means more or less bluish or purplish gills, but you know that they don't always look bluish or purplish. On this first pair right here, the gills are pretty pale, fairly pale. Just a tiny bit maybe of a purplish pigment, but on the next one, which was found a short distance away, both on hemlock logs. So I put both of the. I think I put photos from both.
See. You want to
Did
say
I
more photos next?
Are there more photos down there? I think I put photos for labeled B also.
Okay.
Yeah, there's the spores.
Oh, look at
Yeah,
the
here we go.
color.
Yeah, here's the other one, which was on a different hemlock log. And we'll see this one when we get to the gills. You're going to see the gills are really
Oh,
pretty
wow.
purplish. Yeah.
Beautiful.
So
Wow.
it's a spring species. And it's hard to mistake really when you see
Wow.
the purple gills.
They like conifers?
Yeah, they grow on conifer wood.
Mhm.
I find that on hemlock all the time. Now John and Nina might remember when we were out scouting around in Lock Haven, we found some of these. And I think it was on some other sort of conifer because it was in an area where there was, it wasn't mostly hemlock, it was something else.
Type the name. Do you type the name in the chat?
Dave, did you hear?
Oh, type the name. I think
Can
I know how
somebody
to.
help?
I think I know how to spell this one, so I'll put it in the chat.
Okay. Cool. That's a beauty.
Dave, this one looks a little more mature. Is there any evidence that the gills turn a little more purple as they mature?
I don't know. I honestly don't know. I think it's probably the other way around.
Look at the color here. In the yellow one, is having like a pinkish tinge. Did you see it? Look, yeah. I wonder if that's what it happens when they mature.
I think I've got that spelled correctly. I'll enter it in.
You can check the spelling on Mushroom Observer when you exit the
Yeah,
photo.
you could. Yeah, or on Mushroom Expert or Champignon de Quebec, they'll have these.
Cool.
So that was just yesterday. I ran across those. So we've also got some agrosity here, and I think these two observations show probably the same species. I have some other photos of younger ones from the same exact fruitings a few days ago, but I haven't posted those yet. So I will post those also and link the posts together on Mushroom Observer. So these were found in a really sandy environment, like a sandbar near a stream where when the water gets high, the water's running over this area. Agrospi are saprobes. So there's probably like buried wood or something in the sand. So I didn't do, I looked at spores for these, but I didn't, and I think I looked at a gill. See, there's like sand grains all over. It makes it hard to scope these things because it's hard to get rid of all these sand grains. And then
Don't you use a brush in the area you're going to examine?
maybe I should use a brush.
Yeah, a
Yeah,
little
that's a good idea.
brush.
That's a good
Yeah,
idea.
yeah. Mhm.
All right, brush. Okay,
Mhm.
noted.
You.
No, that's good. I just didn't think of that. Yeah, use a little brush.
Mhm.
So I think I did scope some gill here, and I found a few. I'm not sure if they're Pleurocystidia or Chylocystidia. Sometimes I don't keep track. Look at the decurrent
Mhm, mhm.
tooth on
Look
the
at
gill
that.
attachment.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's a lot of Agrospi tend to do that. So I didn't scope the stipe surface for this one. Now the spores are pretty big. It looks like they're mainly over 10 microns. I haven't made measurement estimates yet.
I know we got all these things to do, Max.
Excuse me, we're hearing your conversation. Could you please mute yourself?
Ooh.
Yeah, so these Agrospi spores are very often truncate where there's a germ pore. So you can see they're cut off on one end. That's pretty common. These spores are pretty big. I'm guessing these are probably Agrospi putaminine or putaminin or putaminin. I'm not sure how to say it. It's a species that really just showed up within the last 10 years in Eastern North America. So the next observation is, I think, going to be the same species, but found in a muddy, grassy sort of environment, disturbed soil. And I also will make an observation tonight of this same fruiting, but a few days earlier when they were younger. So these are really post-mature here.
Yeah.
But I think those are probably the same thing. Once we get to the spores, maybe, I think the spores are pretty much going to look the same. I think I photographed a few Hymeneal cystidia. Hymeneal just means on the gills. Yeah, they look pretty much the same as the other ones.
Yeah.
And it looks like they're probably pretty. See, if you just imagine holding one of these spores against one of these grid marks on the measurements here. So this is at 400 times magnification, so you have to make a mathematical adjustment. So if it looks like, if you think of each of these gradations as 2 microns, so it looks like, these guys are kind of close to 10, maybe a little more than 10. But actually, when you correct for the fact that these are viewed at 400 times, these spores are probably going to be in the neighborhood of 11 to 14 microns long. And they look pretty much like the other ones. Now these guys though didn't have sand all over them, so they found them a little easier to work with. So not only did I scope some of the gill, but I also scoped some of the stipe. And so some of the pictures that are now coming up, let's see what's more spores. So okay, so that's a cystidium on the gill. I'm not sure if it's a chylo or a pleuro. I didn't really keep track. Now there we go. That's the stipe. See those cystidia on this type? That's cystidia. And I believe that that pretty much points toward this being aggressive putamininin or putaminin. Not sure how to say it. It's in the Sororia group, I believe, but I think the presence of cystidium is a key thing here. So this is from the stipe. Those are cystidia on the stipe. I think
So
there
it's
might
just
be.
it's just the presence of the cystidia that's pointing that way.
Yeah, I think that might be a key feature there. And I just made this mushroom observer post like 10 minutes before we started tonight. And I still have to do a little more research myself. This picture is not quite as good, but those are cystidia on the stipe.
They
The other picture's a little better. Mhm.
and sometimes, Brandon, the shape of this Caulocystidia makes a difference in species, because it could be pointed, it could be capitate, longer, thinner, whatever. You know what I'm trying to say?
Sure. Yeah, absolutely. But then again, there are some genera that, well, you can separate species just by the presence of them as well, right?
Yeah, I think that might be the case here. I'm not sure. I have to do a little more research and refreshing myself on these. And these are, to my, no partial veil on these, as far as I can tell. And the younger ones, I have pictures of younger ones too that I'll make another post, and I'll link the posts together on Mushroom Observer. And one of them looked like it might have had a little, like a ring sort of, but I don't think it was. I think it was just some material from a gill that got on my finger, and when I picked the thing, it smudged onto the stipe. But these I believe are what they would call X-annulate. No annulus, no partial veil.
Oh, without, yeah.
Without.
Yeah. Like the one they used to call Des armillaria. without, yeah.
Yeah, without, yeah.
Okay, that was it. All right.
That's it. Yeah, I had some other things too, but I just didn't have time to make posts.
Brandon, Constantina. I think that we're done. So anybody have anything to say before we close for the night?
Yeah, Glenn here again. I tweaked a few preferences.
Okay, let me stop my share here.
I am going to try this green button.
Finally, yay!
Hey.
Nice, there you go.
The third time's a charm.
Yeah.
I found these in a wood chip pile. Are these what, Dave? Are these what we were just kind of just looking at? Those aggressive?
Aggressive.
So I slit one open a little bit, and I took that picture, and then I had this spore print, and this guy.
Nice job.
So I'm wondering what you think. Plus, I'd like to get if you could give me a little lesson on these gills. Are these little guys here considered teeth? And are these considered like forks and attached, partially attached? What's the story on gills like this?
Well, I think with the Grossopi, and I could be wrong on this, cracking on the cap is pretty common. So I think what you're seeing on those separations between the gills on the margin there is probably just that cracking separating those gills.
No teeth.
Okay. But that's what this is. It is a agroscybe or agrocybe.
Yeah, this is a grosbeak. This is probably the same thing I just showed.
Okay.
Are there any of them that show any partial veil remnants or annulus or anything like that? These two appear to not. I mean, the one in
No,
particular.
yeah, those two didn't, or actually that one didn't.
Now the annulus often drops off of the grosbeak.
Okay, and then moving on, I found these on a golf course. And I was curious as to what they might be.
Glenn, one suggestion for the future is to try to take photos of the mushrooms with natural light to reveal the right colors.
Yeah, take pictures outside, but not in direct sunlight.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So could this be blown up a little bit here?
Yeah, I'm trying to put that button. Here we go.
Yeah, the other photo in particular that showed the gills. And yeah. Can we blow that one up a little bit? Let's see.
Were these
that
grown
doesn't.
in
That
the
looks like
grass?
maybe not an annulus, but just a break in the
Yeah.
stem. It's probably some sort of Satharella.
Yep, it looks like that.
Okay.
Maybe Paniolus as well. Maybe. No.
They're not open.
Thinner stipe. Well, Paniolus phoenisecii would have a more or less thinner stipe. The other species of Paniolus they have more of a the cap isn't so planar as these. Or the striations would be a little bit unusual also on Paniolus.
Yeah.
Striations on
you're
the
right.
cap. Yeah, these look like Satharella.
Okay.
Kind of Satharella.
Thank you. I'm glad I figured it out finally.
What was the ID for his first mushroom he showed?
Agroscybe.
Okay.
Yeah,
how about
grosbeak.
species? Yeah.
If it was truly without partial veil, then you want to research both names Sororia and I think it's Putaminen. I might be missing a syllable there.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, so apparently nobody else has anything. All right. So we're good to go. One more message. Wait a minute. Yeah. All right.
May I ask a
Oh,
question?
Meme, you have a motion to show?
Yeah, I'm driving. Can you go to my iNatural list just using that name? Sorry, I'm driving.
Okay, let me try.
Yeah.
Oh boy, I did it again.
Ming, be safe.
Meme boom. Explore people. Explore people. Meme boom. Can somebody tell me how to do that?
No, you just type it. You just type MEMEBROOM.
Yeah, I know your name, but I just don't know where to do it. Where?
Oh,
Because I didn't sign in. That's what happens.
Oh, you see.
Wait, let me log in. Let me log in.
Yes.
Then I can do it.
Actually, I'm back home, but I just.
Yeah, okay. Meme broom.
Yes.
Meme broom. Right. Meme broom, we got you.
Here we go. Yes.
Yeah, okay. Observations. All right.
Yes, this was on the weekend. Okay, let's see. Some of them I need help. The one, you go, can you go down?
Mhm.
Go down, go down. Okay, stop there.
Mhm.
The first one, the Pluteus. See if anyone can narrow down the species. Pluteus. Oh.
Wow, color is strange.
Yeah, the reason why it's a little bit green on the top, it was because it was under the tree and there's sunshine. I cannot cover it. That's a
I
green
remember,
cast.
yes. I remember that in the spring when all the leaves are out, there is like the air is green. I remember, yes.
I took the, you see there's a little green tint. I mean,
Yeah,
I cannot get rid of that. So
Mhm. Oh, you have a better picture of the gills, or that's it?
there should be. You
That's
can
it?
unlock. Yeah, that's the
Right.
gill.
Yeah, yeah. Oh man, I can't make it bigger. Seems like 3 gills.
Yeah, it's yes. I have spore print later. You can go in. You can keep moving to next.
Okay.
I did some spore print.
Mhm. Oh yeah, the color of this. Yeah. Mhm.
Oh, on this one, it looks like the gills are free, upper left.
Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah, those,
And
yeah.
the color of the spore
That
print
would be
right there, look.
Pluteus then.
Yeah. Oh, the same photo.
Looks like there's a spore print on the edge of the one.
Whoa.
Oh, there we go, yellow. spore print.
Wow, fancy.
All right, I'm sorry, not pink. Pink spore print.
Mhm.
I think it's a salmon. I call it so a little bit salmon.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah.
But I think
Maybe-
it's gonna be hard to narrow down to species, right? For Pluteus.
Yeah, Pluteus is difficult.
Okay.
Outside of the Cervinus group and Pedicadius and Trisophoebius, I think, the one that used to be the yellow one, the little yellow one.
Yeah, but you can't confuse it with this. This is not yellow.
Yeah, this one's not yellow.
And this
Right.
one seems to have like scales in the center.
Yeah,
Scales?
it's but this one, it's kind of, the
Like a
stature is not very robust.
Oh.
Cervinus is usually more robust, and so is Pedicadius. Pedicadius is
See,
quite
look at the
robust.
scales right there. Right there.
Yeah,
Towards the center.
I don't think it's any of the typical.
No? All right.
ones, you know, there's Pluteus is tricky. Tricky
Sure.
gene.
So how like any ways, let's say, how to identify them without doing the without doing the DNA analysis. So can you do microscope to narrow down or no?
Yeah, well, spore size and shape doesn't vary a whole lot with a lot
I
of these
see.
Pluteus species. Sometimes the cystidia on the gills are different from one species
Oh.
to another.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
But honestly, I find these Pluteus species to be
Difficult.
not really easy. Yeah.
Okay.
Now there's a guy in Canada, Alfredo Justo, he's an expert on Pluteus, and sometimes he'll look on Mushroom Observer.
Oh,
And,
sure.
If you can find him on Mushroom Observer, I think he just calls himself Fredo. I'm not sure. If you can find him on Mushroom Observer and then just email through Mushroom Observer, he might have an idea for you.
Sure.
He's pretty good. He's pretty good about sharing.
He's also in Facebook.
He's on, what group, what Facebook group is that?
No, he's just right there. I am friends with him.
He's just on Facebook. Yeah, okay, yeah. Well, okay, I have seen some of his Facebook posts.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, he'll give you some help with this.
Okay.
Sure, sure. Let's check one more. Go up.
Wait, wait.
Ew.
Slowly. Oh, this one is backwards. Yours goes backwards. Mine starts from the top. Okay, which ones?
Keep going up. No, you're going down. You're going up. Move up. So the third one, the red scarlet cup. I just don't know if that's correctly identified.
Yeah, well, I think I have the ASCO book right here.
Yeah,
And
but there are
I
three
think
of
that's
them.
the one that has the stalk,
There
the
are three of them.
Occidentalis.
Dave, there are three.
You
Yeah,
mean there
but
are
there's one
three
that has a
kinds?
stalk. There's one that has a stalk. This one has a stalk. And there's only one that has a stalk, and I think it's Occidentalis.
So this one is correct.
Well, let me check. Let me check.
I tried to
think it
collect
is.
some spore print. I didn't get any. It's too hard.
No, but you don't collect the spore prints from this. You collect the spore prints from the spore print from here. You gotta put it
Oh,
upside
from
down.
top.
Yeah, from the
From
top.
top. Yes.
Top down.
Oh my God. No wonder. I said, what? I'm waiting for the whole night. I said, there's nothing coming out.
So adorable.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
you
now
have to
you
cut
know.
them. And can I give you an advice? You cut the stem and put it upside down on the.
Oh, yeah. You're right.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah,
All right, I'm
Let me
looking.
check.
I'm
Uh-huh.
looking. Here's the ASCO book. I'm holding it up here in front of my camera.
Dave,
Occidentalis is the one with the stipe. So that
Dave,
looks right to me. Yes.
the only reason why I'm saying this is because like 3 weeks ago or 4, a lady from a club in Rhode Island, she was always so confused about them, and she discovered that there are 3 of them. So there are some clues and some things about the spores that you need to
Well,
know.
Are there 3 of them that have
3 of them.
stipes? Are there
No,
3
no.
of them that have stipes?
No, there are 3 of them, but I do not know.
Are there
because I
3 of
didn't
them that have
study.
stipes? Because there's also Sarcoscypha coccinea and Sarcoscypha dudleyi, but those are just cups. They don't have stipes.
Okay, I don't know that. Okay.
Yeah,
Hmm.
I'm pretty sure Occidentalis is the only one that develops a stipe. Also, I see here Sarcoscypha austriaca. These are all just cups, though. You know, they don't have stipes. And I have found ones with stipes, and I've always called them Occidentalis, and I've never had anybody disagree with my proposals for those. So I would say that's correct.
And those have substantial stipes for a little cup fungus, it looks like.
Yeah, it's like a stocked cup. They would, you know, a common sort of name apply would be a stocked cup.
And Scutellinia, that's still Scutellinia, right?
No,
Well,
Scutellinia.
Scutellinia has the eyelashes.
Yeah,
Right.
and no
Okay.
stem.
No stipe. Now, those would be a little bit easy to confuse with the Sarcoscypha species that don't have a stipe. But the Sarcoscypha are a little more robust. They're a little more fleshy. The Scutellinia they're pretty thin and flat. And you can usually find some eyelashes.
Yeah.
Excuse me,
Yeah.
find some eyelashes on them.
So that would be the eyelashes would lead Scutellinia genus.
Yeah, Scutellinia. Now, and some of them have really small eyelashes, so it gets a little tricky. And there's a lot of species, and they're really, really hard to delineate. You need to do a lot of microscopy.
Not even doing a lot of microscopy, you can do it. Identify to the species. I have done it, and so hard.
Yeah, I found some Scutellinia this week, and I found that to be pretty difficult. I just called it Scutellinia.
See, me
Yeah,
too.
that's a lot
I
of
got so
times
many
what I call
Scutellinias.
it.
Yeah, me too. And it happens that Scutellinia scutellata is not found around here. It likes mountains.
Yeah, that's
Okay,
a
guys,
funny
now
thing
come
that I just learned within the last year. The species name that's commonly used in most field guides, Scutellinia scutellata, is actually kind of an uncommon species.
Yes. Yup.
Yeah.
Yup. Do you want to show anything else, Meme? Broom?
Yeah, my name is Ming. I think
I'm so
that
sorry, I could not remember.
yeah, Ming. Yes, that's okay. That's everything I wanted to ask
Oh,
for
okay.
tonight.
I just wanted to show you quickly Scutellinia. It doesn't look like a Sarcosifa to me. It's something else. Scutellinia. They're very small. I have found so many. I had done so many, prepared so many slides. Oh, here the photo is not that great, but just to see the difference. The eyelashes, because it has longer hairs here and shorter hairs right here. And even if you cannot identify to the species, it's fun to do them micro. This is blurry just to see the ornamentation because you have to look if what they do, these protruding things. And they even measure how high this protruding ornamentation is. I can never do that.
Yeah, and another
It's like-
thing with some of these Scutellinia species,
Mhm.
the ornamentation on the spores changes as the spores become more mature. So they're just really hard.
And then look in here, you have some of them, the paraphyses are longer than the asci, as you can see right there. Yeah, and then you have to study the hair, the base of the hair. This one is forked. You can see right here. It's not that clear. But so Scutellinia scutellata has 6 up to 6. This one has 2 roots. As one of the setae. And they have septa, transversal septa. And then there are the details of the paraphyses. This one has 2. And yeah, we are right there. And that. Right.
Yeah.
So
Oh, this is so beautiful. That microscopy, that one.
Floxine, it makes those beautiful colors. I don't know why it brings some greens. Yeah, and purples too. It's so beautiful. Yeah. Okay. So thank you everybody for your observations. And I wish you a good night. And I hope you'll have more questions for next weekend. For next week, I'm sorry. Yeah.
Thanks, folks. Appreciate you. Have a nice night.
Okay.
Thanks,
Good night,
Marcel.
everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Have a good night.
Thanks,
Bye-bye.
Marcel. Good night.
Good night.
Good night.